Hi, and welcome to this edition of ABI's Quick Bit video series. My name is Lisa Fox. I'm with the Association of Business and Industry. I'm here with Lars Peterson, a business advisor for Transition Point. And I travel the state a lot. I talk to a lot of companies, and I feel silly asking this question because I've seen the repercussions of not having an effective succession plan. But I'm going to pose the question, why is it critical to especially family-run businesses, to have an effective succession plan in place?
Well, there's several reasons, you know, Lisa. One main reason would be that if a company doesn't have a succession plan and then something would happen to one of the owners, it throws the company in chaos. And that can be bad for the company, for the family, for the community. For example, I just talked and worked with a company in western Iowa. Their will was not updated, and they did not have updated buy-sell agreements. So even the basics, not even. And what would have happened in this case is that if something would have happened to one of the kids, their wife would have been a partner with the brother-in-law. And if something would have happened to the dad, all of the kids would have owned the business equally, even though there were 2 kids in the business and 3 kids out of the business.
Ouch.
So not good.
No.
So that's if something happens. Another good reason is next generation. Recently talked to a guy who was probably mid-40s, and his father-in-law actually owned the business. He was about 70. And he thought he was inching closer and closer to a deal, but it wasn't happening. And now he's starting to think, you know what, I'm mid-40s. If I don't start something on my own now, if I'm not going to be able to buy this, when will I do this? So now he's thinking about leaving that company. So keeping the next generation would be another reason. And probably the most important and most compelling for a business owner is, how can you meet your own goals if you don't? For example, at 50 you may say, oh, I don't have grandkids, I don't care about grandkids, that's not, I'm not even thinking about that right now. Well, all of a sudden you're 65 and you have 3 grandkids and they're in other parts of the country, and if you don't have a senior team in place, a management team, or son, daughter, some kind of a team in place, you're not going. You're not doing the kinds of things you really want to do later. You don't have the flexibility. So from the owner standpoint, from the family standpoint, and from actually the community standpoint, it's important.
And I've heard time and time again, companies that once they go through this process, the relief, not only that their customers have, the relief that their family has, and the relief of the community knowing that it's sustainable.
Right.
So the work that you guys do is so important. Transition Point is part of ABI's Advisory Council, and they meet month after month. Their sole purpose is to uncover needs facing Iowa businesses and then solve them, and they do a great job at that. So thanks for being here.
You bet.